The channel, Mac Dr. Bill. And I appreciate every single one of you that has subscribed, like, and comment. Alright, boys, so we're working on the Civic today. I have turned out episodes of series of videos in this car. The car was running, we did a swap not too long ago, but the car, all of a sudden, stopped running, won't turn on for nothing. I told you what I done so far. We changed fuel pump, brand new, fuel pressure regulator, fuel filter. The only thing left we have is the injectors. Speaking with more people, they told me that if the injectors was bad, only one would be bad, and the car will still turn on. So, possibility the people told me to check also was the computer, and we crossed that bridge. My boy brought me 2 computers the other day to test them out, and the car had the same result, so we know it's not the computer. Which let me, one more thing that another mechanic that worked with single cams told me, even though I didn't want to hear it, but it's a possibility. And that is maybe the crank sensor is bad again. Yes, you heard it, crank sensor, so we just put it on. He told me he's put it on before I even told him no, yes, the results. And he told me that the car will literally run, even if it's a new sensor, for 2-3 days and not turn on no more. So I have no choice than loosen everything up again, even though I don't want to. I'm not really happy about it, so that I could replace this crank sensor and see if this is the issue we have today. I have no choice. This is my last straw. If the car don't turn on, I have to move on to do all the things. Doesn't mean that I give up on the car, but at the moment I will, until we could figure out what the issue that the car is not running, not turning on. But pretty sure that the problem is the crank sensor. This is one of the computers extra that was given to me just in case I need it. So if I need an extra computer, I have it. The case removed, so you guys see that we did try and we removed the computer, replaced it, same results. So again, the last option we have is the crank sensor. I know it sounds crazy because we just installed it brand new, should have been no reason. But for what I hear, sometimes they do be faulty brand new, even if you replaced it. So, sucks. Everything's got to come off again one more time. Further investigation, boys. Another mechanic friend of mine, family, he came and he checked the quick. I told him what I done, what I did, what I was gonna do to remove the crank sensor. Thank God I didn't. He checked the quick. It's not passing fuel, even though we got a new fuel pump. Open the rail like some people suggested. We got no fuel coming out here and no fuel coming out there, so we know still fuel related. We removed the fuel pump to see if the fuel pump is faulty, even though it's brand new. He's coming back to check it out with me so we could test it. If it's the fuel pump, we take it back and simply do what we can. But I know that fuel pump, it might be the issue. I'm kind of tempted to pull the old one just to check real quick. Alright, boys, I have to change the pump regardless. Take it to the store to get my new one because it's on the warranty. But I got the old one. The old one, we never knew if it was bad or not. We started changing things because we had no fuel, no spark in the past. So I'm going to take my chances, pull the old one back, and give it a go to see if it starts with this one. If it starts, we know it's the fuel pump. If it doesn't, I don't know. But definitely, we are not getting any fuel from here back. The fuel pump is turning on, it's just not passing it. So that's what we got to figure out. I'm putting the old one back simply, quickly, install it, and give it a go, see what's up. All right, boys, I got the old fuel pump on. That's the new one. So I'm going to install it right back so we could start cranking, give it a go, man. Because I was going a different route today, trying to figure out. But I seen it myself when he opened the fuel and the filter. That thing is drier than the Sahara Desert. So it doesn't hurt at this point to pull this pump. I never knew if this pump was good or not. We just switched it because we were guessing what was the problem back then when we had no spark. So why not? We have it here. I have to change it regardless. So let's give it a go. Install this right back. All right, boys, fuel pump is going back. I have a little issue. When I pulled out the fuel pump, it came out without the sock, meaning they dropped someplace there. I'm trying to take it out, find it, it's MIA. So for now, I'm gonna attempt to turn that on like that. If the car turns on, it will come back on, it will come back off. I'll buy a additional sock for the fuel pump, but for the time being, I'm just gonna adjust everything back so we could find out if it's the fuel pump, if it's the fuel pump faulty or not. So with that being said, let's get it. Until my mechanic Frank comes back, I'm doing this myself. See, if you put your ignition switch key, it's supposed to be fuel coming out. We hear the pump, but no fuel. So I'm gonna try to start it, see if maybe that help. Cause man, what could it be? We got a new fuel pressure regulator, we got a new fuel filter, and no gas is coming in or out. So what the chances are this pump is bad as well too? That's what we're trying to determine and get diagnosed today. Car. Alright, supposedly when I start the car, fuel start supposed to come out. Watch, nothing. So we don't got fuel coming in or out. We're gonna check the rail. Bet you it's dry. Yep, we got no fuel coming out, boys. Why could it be? I don't know. We're definitely not passing the fuel. We know that much right now. And of course, if no fuel is passing, injectors is gonna be dry. So we got this open here, and again, no fuel. Couple you suggested to do this to check to see if we have fuel. Thank you for the suggestions, for the lookout, everybody. Mad love and respect. So that's what we're doing now. Should have done a long time ago. And again, dry. No fuel coming in or out. At least we know where the problem leaked. So that's what we gotta get figured and solve out. Alright boys, same diagnostic. I loosen this over here. Usually fuel will be coming out, nothing. So we know there's no fuel coming from the back to the front. Pause. So it's something, boys. But at least we get into the source. Boys, but one more thing that I'm checking in the internet to check my fuel pump relay. It will make sense. So I replaced this not too long ago, trying to see if maybe that's the problem. Because now you hear it kick on, but who knows if it's faulty. So I'm gonna remove this one, pull the old one back, and give it a go. Because at least we will pass in fuel. This is the one that came off. This is the one the car had on. Putting this back on. Trying to see if I could do it one-handed. Pause. Click back. Put it back in place. Fasten it up and give it a go. Alright, so I'm putting my key in the ignition. Trying to see if we even hear the pump. Nothing. Nothing. No fuel coming out still. I'm gonna try to start it a couple times, see if maybe that helps it. But so far I don't even hear the pump. Start it a couple times. Same result. So I don't even hear the pump with that back change. So I'm gonna put the other one back and continue to check relays and fuses. Alright boys, I check all the fuses in the front, they good. So I'm gonna check all the fuses down here. Make sure I find out which one is the one for the fuel pump, because this is catchy. We gotta get to the source and we will find out. So with that being said, let's get it. Alright, end up putting everything back. We checked it up. We checked the pump itself. We end up putting it in a sort of a gadget. End up doing, we took the new fuel pump, put it in a small bottle with fluid, plugged it in to make sure it was sucking in fuel. It was. I plugged it in back. It was. Now what we seen, this tank has got like a cash can, if you want to say, with the pump sits, and right where it says it's not reaching gas. So our suspicion is just as simple right now, just putting gas after everything we check. So I know it sounds stupid, but it makes sense, because when we checked it, we put the pump here straight to check it. It was reaching, it was grabbing the little bit of fluid in the tank. But where the cash can compartment goes, since it goes out of sight, it's not really reaching and grabbing. So I'm gonna simply get more gas and give it a go, being that everything is right. Runs working, pump is turning on. So we're simply gonna get some fuel and see if that could be the issue. Well, boys, not going to the store, picking up $10 of gas after everything we went through, everything we replaced, and it's a success. The car is back on. We're back in business, boys. Civic is back alive. We could finally move on to other things. Continue with the car. Last time I was going by the gauge. The gauge is marking, so I'm not going for that right now. But I'm happy the car is running, working. I end up clearing the light for P1259, which that's for the BTEC cylinder. No, apparently. I'm gonna plug it back with you guys to see what's the code. And so we could finalize this video today, man. I'm pumped. After almost 3 weeks of not turning on, not getting to the source, changing everything fuel management related. And now today we put $10 in gas and the car is running. Was not the computer, was not the injectors. I'm still running with the same injectors. But to everybody that's trying to help out and suggesting things to check here and there, thank you all for simply caring and being here and trying to help out. I appreciate it. My love and respect. So I'm gonna plug in the scanner, see what we got. Waiting for the scanner to read. Alright, so we got a PO135. Let's look what's that about. Alright, the car is running beautiful, it's running good. But it started leaking gas from here. So I tied this up to see what's up. And when I took it out, see what I found, guys. See the house supposed to be see-through. So I'm glad as I'm going through things now, I'm finding things out, because it's got some kind of a rust corrosion in the system that might have been a factor. So I'm gonna simply clean it out. Alright, so I fixed the leak situation. I might have just put the gasket backwards, this one down here and that one down there. I got it sorted out, but thank God that happened, because I wouldn't ever cut that big piece of rust in there. That was gonna clog my system. Maybe that was part of the issue the whole time. I'm just glad I got it sorted out, boys. Car is running, not misfiring, nothing. Running good. So yeah, I'm just gonna take it for a little ride, try it out, and call it wraps in this video. How many people remember my OG garage before my house here? Too bad this guy have to be a scumbag. But put down below in the comments how many of y'all remember my garage here. Headquarters. Memories, huh? Memories.
Hey boys,
I'm the happiest as a kid.
all right boys,
You guys looking at it. Finally, we got it running back for the longest. I don't know what got in it, what we had to do. I lost track of what I did, what I had to do. I know I got it running. We changed a few things. God willing, the car keep running good. I don't even want to beast on it, man. I just want to take my time. Last time I wanted to do was polish the wheels, which I did. But I could continue now to move on, keep working on the car. We got tons of body work to do in this car. I'm late as it is, boys. I'm super late, waiting on the car swap, waiting on the car to run correctly and everything. So apologies. But in comparison to other times that I fix cars and the cars that just sitting there looking pretty, body work and paint wise, I want to make sure the car run correctly and it's moving on its own power, which it is, before we do anything else. So that's what we're doing. And I'm stoked, boys. Just listening to it on, not idling, just chilling, makes my day. Could go home and call it a day. That's what we're gonna do. Take a little ride and call this video a wrap. With that being said, let's get it. All right, boys, this is final. This is done for the day. I'm happy as it could get. So back home, programming continues. This is one thing I don't have to worry about it. Vamos, thanks and appreciate every single one of you that have subscribed, like, and comment. Also help out in the comment section. We're trying to figure out the issue with the EK Civic. With that being said, thank you all for subscribing, liking, commenting, staying tuned in the channel. I thank you all for your support. Always for being here. Stay tuned for more coming up. So thank you for watching. Thank you till the next time.